Hi everyone, I am Dr. V.S. Nishok from EC Department, SNS College of Technology. Here we are gathered to discuss the topic Digital to Analog Converter Basics in Microcontroller. So this is the outline of our video. It starts with need for analog output in real world and digital to analog converter, its types, its working principle and key specifications along with its applications. So need for analog output in real world. So from the real world we will measure the physical quantity and it is processed by microprocessor with the help of the A to D converter, and the processed output will be in the form of binary, that is in digital form. So but this cannot be utilized in the real world examples like speakers, motor, light intensity, etc. So in such applications the analog signal is needed. Here the output conversion is needed since the microcontroller provides only the binary value, so which should be converted into the analog value. So the conversion is made possible with the help of the D2A converter, that is digital to analog converter, which produces the continuous analog signal as the output, which will be better used for the real world examples. So the basic DAC concept. So the digital input will be given to the DAC will be in binary value and the output will be in the staircase waveform as shown in the diagram here. So it will be the approximate analog signal. And coming to the main types of D2A converter are weighted resistor D2A converter and R2R ladder D2A converters. So in both we will be using resistors for converting the digital to analog signal with the help of the D2A converter. So coming to the working principle of D2A converter. So here let us consider a 4-bit D2A converter. Here each bit contributes to the output. Higher bit provides the higher weight. For example, in the diagram we can see, so bit 0 to bit 3 from LSB to MSB, the weightage is different. So for bit 0 it is represented as 2 power n. So 2 power 0 and bit 1 2 power 1 and bit 2 2 power 3 and bit 3 represents the 2 power 3. So it is the each individual weightage and it will be added based on the given digital input. So finding the equivalent digital or analog output. So here along with this analog output, so we will identify the maximum value and we will have the V reference value. So with these values we will obtain the output voltage. So output voltage will be equal to digital value divided by the maximum value into the V reference value. So V reference already known value and digital value we will calculate based on the mentioned weightage, and then the maximum value for 4-bit will be 2 power n minus 1. So the 2 power n, that is n represents the 4-bit, means 2 power 4 represents the 16. So 16 minus 1, the maximum value will be the 15. So with this calculation we will obtain the equivalent analog output for the given digital input value. So coming to the key DAC specifications, so it represents the performance of the D2A converter. So it is represented with the help of the 3 main features like resolution, which represents the number of bits. So if there is more number of bits mentioned in the resolution, it represents the higher that is good quality value. So if less bits, it represents the lower quality value. And coming to the accuracy, so that is whether the obtained output is accurate to as like the original signal. And coming to the settling time represents the time taken to convert the digital value into the equivalent analog value is represented as the settling time. So these are the measurements or features represents the performance of the D2A converter. So coming to the applications of D2A converter, it is mainly used in audio systems, motor control and signal generation and many embedded systems widely. So next, this is the time for summarization of the today's video. So D to A converter, in this video we have seen the need for analog output and the working principle of the D to A converter and main types of the D to A converter as weighted resistor D to A converter and R2R ladder D to A converter, and key specifications we have seen and along with its applications. So coming to the assessment part. So here the output of D to A converter is generally continuous analog signal. So the option C is the right answer. So and coming to the next question, which DAC type uses only 2 resistor values? So here R2R ladder DAC is the right answer. So R2R, the name itself represents the resistors used are mentioned as R or 2R. So there is no other weightage for the resistors here. So it is best convenient resistor type D to A converter. So these are the reference books and a link that we will use it for this video for the D to A converter topic. Thank you all for joining the video. You can join in the next video.